Nick Bosa was the highest PFF rated player in the game for either team yesterday, offense or defense. True or false? And you guys are voting 69% nice, currently say true, 31% says false. Yeah, my DMs, my emails would say Nick Bosa sucked all game. That's what everybody kept saying. Nick Bosa was terrible. I was making fun of Aaron Donald because he didn't register a single stat the entire game. Not one assisted tackle, not one pressure. He did get a pressure, but like nothing. And people were like, well, Nick Bosa had the same thing. And I was sitting there screaming, no, he wasn't. Y'all not watching the same games. We're watching different games, I think, because Bosa was having a great game, especially in the second half, and he didn't have negative plays. The freaking 49ers were running straight at Aaron Donald and letting Aaron Banks block him one-on-one repeatedly, and Banks shut his ass down. 99 wanted nothing to do with 65. Owned him. And I said last week, if Aaron Banks keeps playing this way, he's in line for a Pro Bowl. Maybe an All-Pro. I did put that in there. Dude, 65 shut 99 down. Down. And I got the film to prove it. And so, yeah, I'm fine making that statement. Now, if you look at Nick Bosa, back to him, Nick Bosa finished with a 93.0 grade on Pro Football Focus. He played 63 snaps, played 35 the week before, 5 pressures, 3 quarterback hits, 2 hurries. He had 2 tackles, 1 solo stop. Dude was all over the place. Just a positive player. Everybody thinks sacks are all that matters, and it's not. He disrupted the game at the game's most crucial points. He made the 4th down stop on the game's most crucial play. I would argue Isaiah Oliver gave him the assist and he merely made the tackle, but he was where he needed to be. And so people that are criticizing Bosa, and I'm sure there's a lot of them out there, and I understand that. You're not getting the sacks that you're accustomed to. This was a Defensive Player of the Year performance, just didn't have the stats to back it up. But the impact on the game, good Lord. They scored 3 points in the second half. Well, that's 6 with that, whatever, Bush League field goal from McVay. But no, man, Nick Bosa, the statement is true. He was the highest rated player for anybody in this game, offense, defense. I went through and looked through every game that was played this week so far. There's still 2 Monday Night Football games. He was the 4th highest rated player from the NFL this weekend. Nick Bosa was. Anything over 90 is elite. 93 is beyond great. Dude balled out. So yeah, I want the sacks. I'm with you guys. But Nick Bosa was incredible. He played 63 snaps. Now, Nick Bosa had a couple comments that I do want to share. And this one was probably, I think Nick Bosa walked away from the press conference a little pissed off, and that's okay. But he was asked if he's in football shape. Listen to this.
I'm not too concerned about it. I feel good. I think I needed a couple games to get my body into football shape for sure. You can't simulate it. And I think now that I'm through 2 and I've had some pretty good output for this one, I think I'm only going to be up from here.
And so, he kept getting questions like, oh, you've had a bad game. Why don't you have any sacks? Why all this stuff going on? And he's like, I've played well. Like the casual observer just sees sacks. But the whole time when they run the ball to 97 side, they have to cut inside every time. A big reason why you have Fred Warner, man, how many sacks did he have or tackles did he have? Greenlaw had 12, Warner had 11 tackles. There's a big reason why that's the case, because they can't hit the edge when Bosa's out there. And one of the holding calls that Bosa drew 2, which PFF puts a really, really high premium on penalties. So, like, if you have a penalty against you, your score tanks. If you get somebody to draw a penalty, as Bosa did, that elevates your score huge because penalties are just gigantic, and PFF kind of probably over accounts for penalties. But like in the run game, that's the thing that's so crazy is you look at just what he does in the run game. He had the 2nd highest score in the run game. Demo was the only one that had a higher score with the 75.8. He was 74.0. He had the highest pass rush score with the 92.1. The 2nd highest score was Javon Hargrave with the 83.6. And so you're talking about somebody that was your second best run defender and best pass rusher and played 63 out of 80 snaps. Good gosh. What is it else? What else you want? Would one sack take the place of all those other things? For a lot of people, it would. And that sucks. That's sad. I know a lot of people don't understand football, and that's okay. You guys understand football. That's why you're here. Now, let's do one more Bosa just comment. He was asked, what was the difference in the first and second half with the Niners defense?
We made some adjustments in the run game, which I think helped, and turnovers. Were they both in the second half? Yeah, so obviously that helps. And we kind of got into some of our pressures on the earlier downs, which is good against them when they protect with a lot of guys. So, but yeah, we just need to keep winning our one-on-one matchups when we get them.
And, I think that's key because, Aaron Donald was, double teamed. He got a triple team one time. Same with Bosa. That's just the way it is. Whenever you're an all-star, when you're an all-pro, when you're a defensive player of the year, like both those guys are. Now, Aaron Donald's got several more. But you've got to understand, like, people are like, oh, man, we couldn't get any pressure. In the first half, you're correct. They were lighting it up. But the 49ers got 27 pressures. 27. The Rams got half that. And so you've got to let the game play out. You don't get a win or a loss based on the first half pressure rate. That's not the way this works. And so, I'm looking at it and I'm just like, all right, yeah, these things matter. And you really, really do hope that you go out like you did against the Steelers. Maybe we're spoiled with how great this Niners defense has been. And you force, I think it was like 5 3-and-outs, and then give up like your very first downs in the 2-minute warning of the second quarter. Yeah, that's what we want. But that's not the way the NFL works. It's just not. It's not what it is.
The 49ers Rush Podcast.